Imagine if I tried to sell software that way today, doing something crazy like, I don't know, cold calling when you have no interest in talking to me. Sir, who do you use for sales and marketing software? 1 second, please. Let me tell you how you can save money. Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am, did I miss your response? You must have responded and I missed it somehow because this deal is too great to pass up. Only a crazy person would ignore this, and you're not crazy, right? So your reply must have gotten lost in my email inbox. Vomit. It's is it really what we should call sales? Is it profession we can be proud of? But that company made piles of money and was extremely successful from a revenue perspective. Our CEO became a millionaire many times over and must have made pretty damn good money as well. If we never missed quota, we were doing anything wrong. It turns out, yes, we were making far less money than we could have been if we hadn't been so damn irritated. Mm, 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 mm. That's it.
All right, cool. So listen, now you know you got to give us
That's it.
context and bring that. You got to bring that into it. You got to bring that in for us.
Well, remember what he was talking about yesterday, right? About how he was selling at the mall and stuff, and being hawking people and being irritating, right? What he's trying to say here is if they had a better system or a better pitch, then they didn't have to make people feel like you were aggravating them.
Hmm. So what you're saying is that the sales agent was freestyling, and obviously he was trying to teach him a lesson and not freestyling.
Right.
Okay. Well, listen, you know what? I definitely want to make sure, man, that we continue on that, right? Drop that inside the Telegram. I probably need to read through it because it's so lengthy. It's just so hard to digest, right? I think we should break it down into smaller pieces so that we can kind of grasp that a little bit better, right? It's just so long there, so I kind of got lost in it, right? Mommy, what did you take away? Did you take away anything from that?
What I got was there was a bad salesman. First of all, his pitch was all off. He was forcing himself on the customer before the customer even had a chance to even tell him what he wanted.
Yeah. Drop that inside the Telegram, Ron. Let me read that.
It's there.
All right, cool. Let me read that. All right, Mommy, what's your quote?
Okay, I got to work from phone, strictly from the phone this morning.
Let's see here.
If we look long enough for what we want in life, we are almost sure to find it. Success is in the journey, the continual process. And no matter how hard you work, you will not create the perfect plan or execute it without error. You will never get to the point that you no longer make mistakes, that you no longer fail.
Why that resonate with you?
Because it's like it says, it's a continual process. In order for us to move forward, go ahead, it doesn't just come quickly. It's a long process, and we have to look toward it. And the longer the journey, the better it is. And don't be scared just because we make a mistake, because that's our learning point. And those are like the problems that we want to embrace and take them and learn from them. And the mistakes, you never get to the point that you don't make any more mistakes.
Never.
You just have to learn from your mistakes.
Never. Well said, well done. Absolutely. The quicker we learn that lesson, the better off we're all going to be, obviously, right? We think of making a mistake as exactly what we think is making a mistake, right? We think of a low grade as, oh my God, I'm not good enough, right? But now as we start to learn, that's how we actually learn, right? Through our failures. We'll get it right the second, third time, right? It's just like door to door. In door to door sales, you deal with so much rejection. You hear no, 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 but you learn so much on your way to your yeses, right? And then you forget about the no's. Very interesting concept. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. All right, guys. We're live.
But see, I would like to add a point to that too. You brought back to me something about me myself. I've always been big in school. I've always learned. Always loved to learn. So even as a child going to school, if I made less than an A, that was upsetting to me. And even when I was in college getting my degrees, I was still the same way. I mean, if I got a B, that hurt my feelings. I always wanted to be the best at what I could be. And so, of course, that made me work even harder and even harder, because when you want to be good at something, you'll work hard at getting it right.
Right on, right on. And I remember how upset you would be just if the internet was running slow. Oh man, the internet's slow. I got to get this in before, I get a bad grade. That had nothing to do with your capability. It was just you. It was just you driving yourself to be better than everybody else.
That's what we have to do. You have to drive your own self. You control the steering wheel of your life.
All right, CEO. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. So here's now I'm gonna share my screen so that we can get right to the Grant Cardone training. We got the next 4 minutes and 41 seconds, guys. The 5 types of buyers. Let's get it.
The 5 types of buyers. Always know what type of buyer you're dealing with when following up. Now, I want to tell you this. I don't believe in personality types. I know there's a lot of information out there that says there's certain personality and people should be treated like this, and this guy's kinesthetic, and this guy's feely touchy, and this guy. Look, I can be all those things. Just like the 5 types of buyers, I could literally be all 5 buyers I'm about to share with you in the next few minutes. I can operate like all 12 zodiac signs, okay? I don't think I'm just Aries because I was born on this day. Maybe you believe different, that's fine. I'm just telling you, when you're following up, when you're dealing with a client, you need to look for the 5 major types of buyers. Number 1 is the need buyer. They have an immediate problem to solve. By the way, I believe this is the ultimate holy grail why people buy anything. People buy things to solve a problem. All people, and I'll prove that before this is over, all people buy, no matter what, to solve a problem. So this customer just had their plumbing broke. What are they going to do? All of a sudden, they're going to hit some plumbing site, call up and say, what? I don't want information, dude. I need a solution right now. Get this water off my floor and I'll pay anything. They have an immediate problem to solve. Number 2 is the bargain hunter. You know who this guy is. This guy is looking for a deal. It's always got to be a deal. It's got to be a special deal. It's got to be a bargain. It's got to be cheap. It's got to be, somebody's got to lose money for this bargain hunter to be happy. Then there's the impulse buyer. Number 3 is the impulse buyer. I can tend to be a bit impulsive, okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I buy things, I could be impulsive. To you, I might appear to be impulsive, and to another person, I might appear very difficult, not interested, hard to get. But on any given day, I could see something and be like, boom, I want that, and I want it right now. Number 4 is the wanderer. He's just killing time. He dropped his wife off in the mall. He doesn't want to shop with her. They're having an argument, so he's just wandering around the toolbox. He's wandering into another department now. He's killing time. And then number 5 is the habitual or seasonal buyer. They buy on cycles. They have to have things at a certain time. Maybe every 2 years they need a car, or every 5 or 6 or 7 years they want to buy a house. People have seasons, they have cycles. Those are the 5 types of buyers. Do you even know them? Okay, let's roll back through them one more time and I'll tell you what they are so you can start memorizing and start looking for them. And I'm going to tell you also, I could be all 5 of these all at the same time. I have an immediate need to solve right now, right here. Number 2, a bargain hunter. I'm looking for a deal. Could I need a watch right now, right here, and still be looking for a deal all over Google, the internet, eBay, Amazon? I'm looking for a watch. I wondered if the deal is good enough. Could I also be an impulse buyer this weekend or even right now, run across a watch I wasn't even expecting that's not on sale, fall in love enough for the moment, have a wedding to go to this weekend, and impulsively move from a need buyer that was a bargain buyer to now being an impulse. That was just wandering around, by the way, number 4 on Amazon and eBay, and actually hit the Hublot website where I found out they have a store right a mile from my office, and I can walk in there and pick up a new Hublot from the Bal Harbor Hublot store, and now I'm promoting a company I'm trying to get in front of right now through follow-up. Or number 5, maybe I'm a habitual seasonal buyer. Maybe every 6 months or a year, I just gotta have a buyer. I start jonesing like a junkie. I gotta have a watch. I deserve it. This is my way to treat myself. I buy on cycles. Could I be all 5 of those? Absolutely. Look, if you believe there's buyer types, good for you. I believe any buyer can be all 5 of those at any given time. I just need to recognize which model are they in at this moment. It gives me ideas about how to follow up, how to talk to them, how to communicate, what strategy to send, how to get in front of. So what I want you to take away from this is, I want you to memorize the 5. Do you know what they are? Memorize the 5, number 1. Number 2, I want you to think about, can I move people in and out of number 1 to number 2 to number 3 to number 4? Not wandering anymore. Now I'm in an impulse. I got to do it, solve my problem. If that took 5 follow-ups or 12, remember, he could be on the 3rd month wandering and on the 12th month have a serious problem like plumbing leaking. Solve the problem now. I don't care what it costs. The person that's doing the best job of follow-up is going to find that buyer and be there ready for them when they're ready. The 5 types of buyers. Always know what type.
All right. I'm truly in awe of this guy with such a robust training sales program. Absolutely. So question 1, guys, which of the following is not one of the 5 types of buyers? A, the need buyer. B, the emotional buyer. C, the impulse buyer. D, the habitual seasonal buyer.
B.
B.
2 B's. Let's get it. Above all, what is the ultimate reason people buy? Is it they're looking for a bargain? Is it they need certain things for every season? Or they're impulsive? Or they need a solution?
Could be all 4 of those, Quincy. We talked
Right.
about.
Oh, what is the ultimate reason?
He spoke about
Is
this.
there an all of the above?
No, there's no all of the above. He spoke about this specifically though.
Say it again.
Need
Maybe
a
we missed-
solution? I'm gonna go
say
with
it
D.
again.
All right. So let me say it again as well, right? We got 1 D though. Above all, what is the ultimate reason people buy? Is it A, they're looking for a bargain? Is it B, they need certain things for every season? Is it C, they're impulsive? Is it D, they need a solution?
Well, D, they always need a solution to something.
2 Ds.
Obvious.
True or false? A customer can be more than one of the 5 types of buyers at once. Is that true or is that false?
True.
True.
Drum roll. It is. Great job, guys. Great for the self-esteem, absolutely. What did we learn?
He said that you have to, everybody could be that all 5 at the same time. You just got to figure out which one it is. And he could sell any one of them, he says.
Okay. And what did you take? I mean, so that we should be able to sell any one of them. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think so. Absolutely.
Great. I think
You
that
probably came across all 5 of those when you were selling, no?
all the time, all the time. You know, each and every one of those customers, I can think about which one someone is, right? Each and every time he spoke about each and every, all 5 of these types, right? I could see in my head, I could see which type are you. I could see which type is Mommy. I knew which type is Lamisha. I know which type is Wilson, right? Anybody I think of based on these 5 categories, I can tell you which type I think that they are, right? And then I can work my way up from there. You know, sometimes more importantly than actually getting the diagnosis right, is the fact that you have some sort of guide, a way to actually present your product, a start, right? So where you know how to get started, then that's how you know how to kind of put yourself at an angle. One thing you don't want to do is freestyle. And that's why I'm so impressed with the program that he's put together, even years later, that is still hitting home this way, because it makes you think about sales in a totally different way, opens you up to a system, a process that, you know, whether you believe in or not, it's a start, right? So absolutely. What you learn, Mommy?
Well, basically about the same thing that Ron said, that all these 5 types that people can be all of them. But he said you got to figure out where they're at in the process and move them along from there.
Absolutely.
So, and I'm just curious, which one of those did you think I was?
Your hold on, I got it. She imposed by wonders and habitual buyer. The need buyer. The need buyer.
Yep,
You know,
but
and
I'm a bargain hunter too.
right, and then right. I was just about to say, right. So, you know, I've definitely
I
been
really
bargain.
saw me in all of those. I saw me in all of those. It depends on what it is.
Right. Right. It's very interesting because when I think about how to move them through the process, I don't think about anyone moving them to. I think it's just if you diagnose somebody somewhere, all you got to do now is ask the questions and find out, hey, what's the need? Oh, you don't have a need today? Okay, great. So, you know, so what brings you to the area? Oh, I was just waiting on my wife outside. Okay, great. So you understand now that they're a wanderer at this point. You know, now if you can get them back over to the need, well, all right, cool. Well, let me know if you need anything. You look like you could use a jacket or something. It's pretty cold outside. You don't have a jacket. You know what I'm saying? So you can honestly move it anywhere you want to go. And that's why I think that this is such a powerful segment this morning. I really do, because it gives you a start. And then once you have that start, you can always move them to the point where they have a need. Because I believe that need is the strongest as well. I love selling based on people's needs because then I can truly be myself. Anything other than that, you know, it's building a rapport, it's speaking on things I may or may not know about. You know, I like the need.